Good evening. It is Wednesday, October 18th, 2023. Welcome to the Town of Carmel Town Board meeting. This is a voting meeting, and it will be followed by one item on a work session. If everyone would please rise and face the flag. Councilman Lombardi will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just ask that we remain standing for a moment of silence to remember those men and women who are protecting our freedoms around the world, and a special remembrance to those suffering in wartime.
Thank you. So if our town clerk, Ann Spofford, would do a roll call attendance, please.
Councilman Baranowski? Here. Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Schanil?
Here.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Here. Thank you. Public comments?
Reading the whole thing?
Nope, 5 minutes? No takers. Okay. On to our public, first we have a public hearing before the meeting. Public hearing number 1 on proposed local law amending Chapter 147 of the Town Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Vehicles and Traffic.
What is this, number 4?
Can I get a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Oh, can we waive the reading of the legal note?
Don't we open it first or no?
Okay.
No, but tell me.
Open it first?
Yeah.
I'll second the opening.
So Lombardi, seconded by Schanil. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So unanimous.
I move to waive the reading of the public
Is
notice.
anybody in the audience opposed to waiving the reading of the public notice? No. Okay.
Second it?
Oh, yeah. A second?
Second, but we should, at least for the sake of the public, just let them know what exactly what we're doing, rather than reading the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it's prohibiting parking on Waring Drive for the first 500 feet north of the Fair Street intersection on the east side of the road. And it also is prohibiting parking in any of the EV charger spots while not charging. Those are the two changes.
Or non-electric vehicles, right?
I would think they couldn't be charging. But
That's right. Yeah. Thank you. So waiving, do we have a second on waiving the?
Yeah,
Yep.
yes.
All in favor of waiving reading?
Aye.
Notice?
Aye.
All right.
PH open? Did you open it already?
Yes, we opened it. Right? Right, we voted to open first. I don't know if there's anybody on that list. I guess not.
Anybody to speak?
Nope.
Does anyone want to get up and comment on the change to local law? Okay, seeing as how there are no public comments, could I get a motion to close the public hearing? And a second?
Second.
All right, Baranowski and Lombardi, and seconded by Schanil. So, all those in favor?
Aye.
Yes, so we move on to seeker. So, public hearing resolution number 1A is a resolution making the seeker determination in regard to the proposed local law. I don't know which number it is.
It'll be 5.
Number 5, thank you, for the year 2023, amending Chapter 147 of the Town Code of the Town of Carmel. Councilman Lombardi, would you read that resolution?
Sure. Resolved, the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby determines that the proposed local law number 5, amending Chapter 147 of the Town Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Vehicle and Traffics of the Town Code of the Town of Carmel, is a Type 2 action under seeker
NYCRR Section 617.5 C27, and no further review is necessary. I offer this resolution as read.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we get a roll call?
Councilman Baranowski?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Schanil?
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes.
1B,
Yeah, 1B.
where is that? I don't have it.
1B is just adopting of the local law.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's.
On motion. Motion to.
So, can we get a motion to adopt local law number 5 for the year 2023?
As
So moved.
published.
As published,
And on file.
as noticed and published in the town clerk's office.
So moved.
Second?
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. And a roll call?
Councilman Baranowski?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Schanil?
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. That was painless. So if Chief Hoffman and Sergeant McAlpin would come over here. We have a recognition of T.J. McKee for his humanitarian act of kindness and compassion. Chief?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board. Thanks for having us here this evening. I'll just keep my remarks really short. I'm here to introduce Sergeant Macomb to give you the details of the incident. As we all know, this year has been quite a busy year for CPD as far as missing persons go. We had quite an incident over the summer where we spent a number of days. We successfully located a gentleman in the woods. And more recently in the Carmel hamlet, we had a similar situation. It was within 12 hours or so that when it was an overnight situation where we also located an individual that was alive and is doing well now. So although we like being the hide-and-seek champions, this particular incident back on September 22nd, we were helped out by one of our residents. And so I'd like to introduce Sergeant Macomb here. She was a tour supervisor for that tour, and she'll provide you the details. So, thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
On September 22nd at around 7:00 p.m., Putnam County 911 Center received 2 phone calls regarding a missing child. One call was from a frantic parent reporting that her 17-year-old autistic son, Zach, had wandered out of their home. As you can imagine, this is an unbearable call for a parent to make. The second call was from 22-year-old T.J. McKee, stating he had located an autistic teenager walking alone along the side of the road. He then pulled over, engaged him in positive conversation, and then transported him safely to Carmel Police Department. It was there he was reunited with his family. I was the sergeant on duty that evening. When TJ arrived and the family was reunited, I thanked TJ for taking the time to be aware of his surroundings, to take action where others may not, and to make sure that the boy was brought to a safe location. When I thanked him, TJ shrugged, like he believed anyone would have done the same. But to see the change in the parent of a lost child, from sheer terror to overwhelming joy and relief, anyone can see it is a very big deal. The Carmel Police Department would like to recognize T.J. McKee for his act of locating a missing child and for contributing to a greater community through his act of kindness and responsibility. T.J. couldn't be here tonight because he's working a 12-hour shift as a nurse, but we do have a certificate that we're going to hold at headquarters for him. And Zach's family is here to acknowledge him.
Thank you, Chief and Aaron. And the town board also has a certificate that we will pass along to TJ. The Town of Carmel acknowledges with deep gratitude TJ McKee for your humanitarian act of kindness and compassion this day, October 18th, 2023. Thank you, guys.
I'll start crying. I know you made me cry. Look at you.
Just thank you. All those,
Go ahead, you can just say what
people don't stop, you know? They don't realize. He was just walking like that with his headphones.
he knew. I'm so glad you did something. I'm hoping people just are more aware of their special needs community. So, thank you.
Thank you. God bless. Do we have to vote to open the regular meeting now? Okay, good. Yes, that we have to do. All right, so to our regular business. Can I get a motion to accept the town board minutes from September 2023? Seconded by McDonough. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, very good. Minutes accepted. Our first resolution of the regular meeting is adopting the amended tentative budget as the preliminary budget. Councilman Schanil, would you read that?
Resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel hereby adopts the town supervisor's tentative budget as amended by the attached schedules as a preliminary budget for fiscal year 2024. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by McDonough and Lombardi. Roll call, please.
Councilman Baranowski?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Schanil?
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Our second resolution is authorizing the scheduling of public hearing in connection with preliminary budget. Resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel hereby authorizes the scheduling of a public hearing in regard to the preliminary budget for fiscal year 2024, including general town fund, highway fund, as well as all water districts, sewer districts, park district, fire districts, garbage districts, fire protection districts, and lighting districts. And be it further resolved that said public hearing shall be held on the first day of November 2023 at the Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, at 7 p.m. or as soon thereafter that evening as possible, at which all interested persons shall be heard, and be it further resolved that the proposed salaries of the following officials for fiscal year 2024 shall be advertised as required by Section 108 of the Town Law of the State of New York as follows in said notice. Town Supervisor, $136,359.80. Town Board Members, $22,954.10. Town Clerk, $110,009. Highway Superintendent, $120,000. Be it further resolved that the Town Clerk, Ann Spofford, is hereby authorized and directed to publish the notice of said public hearing in the official newspapers of the town a minimum of 5 days prior to November 1st, 2023, and be it further resolved that the Town Clerk of the Town of Carmel is hereby authorized and directed to post the notice of said public hearing on the town bulletin board a minimum of 5 days prior to November 1st, 2023, and be it further resolved that a copy of the preliminary budget be available at the office of the town clerk where it may be inspected by any interested person during office hours. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman McDonough. Can we get a roll call?
Councilman Baranowski?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Schanil?
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. And that budget will be available on our website along with, it is in the minutes or the posting of tonight's resolutions. Our third resolution is adopting the 2022 Service Award Annual Reports for Carmel Ambulance District Number 1. Councilwoman McDonough?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of Carmel Ambulance District Number 1, hereby accepts the 2022 Length of Service Award Program Annual Report for Carmel Ambulance District Number 1 as prepared by Penflex, Inc., a copy of which is on file in the Office of the Town Supervisor. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Baranowski. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 3 passed. Our 4th resolution is adopting the 2022 Service Award Annual Reports for Carmel Fire Protection District Number 1. Councilman Baranowski, could you read that?
Resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of Carmel Fire Protection District Number 2, hereby accepts the 2022 Length of Service Award Program Annual Report for Carmel Fire Protection District Number 2, as prepared by Penflex Inc., copy of which is on file in the office of the town supervisor. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Number 4 passed. The 5th resolution is adopting the 2023 Service Award Annual Reports for Carmel Fire Protection District Number 2. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Resolve the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of Carmel Fire Protection District Number 2, hereby accepts the 2022 Length of Service Award Program Annual Report for Carmel Fire Protection District Number 2 as prepared by Penflex Inc., a copy of which is on file in the office of the town supervisor. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Schanil. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 5 passed. Our 6th resolution is making appointment to the Town of Carmel Zoning Board of Appeals. Councilman Schanil, could you read that one?
Resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel hereby appoints William Santini to the Town of Carmel Zoning Board of Appeals, effective immediately and expiring December 31st, 2027. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Seconded by McDonough and Lombardi. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Baranowski?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Schanil?
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. We interviewed this young man. He has a master's in accounting. He's just a great kid that wants to, great young man that wants to serve his community. We are really glad to have him and the next person that we're going to read to for another board. This is what we need, is the young people to get involved on these boards, and we really look forward to his sitting on the zoning appeals board.
He seems very eager and enthusiastic about being on it, so
Yes,
I
and
think it's going to be great.
he has a long lineage of service to this community and this town. The 7th resolution is making appointment to the Town of Carmel Planning Board. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby appoints Nicholas Balzano to the Town of Carmel Planning Board for a term commencing immediately and expiring on December 31st, 2023. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second?
Seconded by Lombardi and McDonough. Can we have a roll call?
Councilman Baranowski?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Schanil?
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Congratulations, Nicholas and Will. So Nicholas graduated from Manhattan College. He's engineer. He's an old soul from that interview. And I see that Rich is in the back giving me a nod. Yes. Yeah, an engineer, and Manhattan College. He's a Jasper. Yeah, what else could you want? So another fine young man that is coming on board with our various boards, and we have someone else that's coming on, a nice young lady, another Jasper that's going to be coming out for a different board as soon as she can. So our 8th resolution is authorizing additions to the active list of Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department. Councilwoman McDonough, could you read that?
Sure. Resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel hereby authorizes the addition of the following names from the active list of the Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department: Haley Madison Gustin, Carmel, New York; Christopher Pfaffenberger of Mahopac, New York; Edward Alberto Lewis of Mahopac, New York; and Adam Michael Noworski from Mahopac, New York. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Baranowski. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 8 passed. Our 9th resolution is authorizing the purchase and installation Town of Carmel Police Vehicle Emergency Equipment and related equipment. Councilman Baranowski, could you read that one?
Whereas Chief of Police Anthony Hoffman, in his memo dated October 11, 2023, has requested to utilize the services of RFC Emergency Lighting of Briarcliff, New York, for the purchase and installation of emergency equipment for two 2023 Dodge Durango Pursuit vehicles pursuant to New York General Municipal Law 103, 16 under contract 2324-RFP-1, Village of Briarcliff Manor, New York, at a cost not to exceed $29,600. Be it further resolved that Chief of Police Anthony Hoffman is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal and authorize the actions contained herein. And be it further resolved that Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Baranowski.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Schanil.
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari.
Yes. Number 9 passed. Number 10 is a resolution authorizing purchase and installation, Town of Carmel Police Vehicle equipment and related equipment, emergency equipment and related equipment. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Whereas Chief of Police Anthony Hoffman, in his memo dated October 11, 2023, had requested to utilize the services of RFC Emergency Lighting of Briarcliff Manor, New York, New York State bid vendor number 1100271222, for the purpose and installation of emergency equipment for the 2022 Chevy Tahoe Police Pursuit Vehicle pursuant to New York General Municipal Law 103, 16 under contract 2324-RFP-1, Village of Briarcliff Manor, New York, not to exceed $23,000. And be it further resolved, that Chief of Police Anthony Hoffman is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal and authorize this action contained herein. And be it further resolved that Town Controller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as well.
Second?
Seconded by Schanil. Can we get a roll call, please?
Councilman Baranowski.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Schanil.
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari.
Yes. Number 10 passed. The 11th resolution is acknowledging emergency repairs, Carmel Water and Sewer Districts. Councilman Schanil, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of the various water and sewer districts of the Town of Carmel, hereby acknowledges the emergency performance of water and sewer district collection system/distribution system and treatment facility repairs as fully detailed in the revised memorandum of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E. to the Town Board dated October 3rd, 2023, as attached hereto and made a part thereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Second by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call?
Councilman Baranowski.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Schanil.
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari.
Yes. Resolution passed. Our 12th resolution is authorizing signing of change order number 1, Carmel Water District number 9, contract number C269. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of the various Town of Carmel water districts, has previously awarded the contract for the above project to TAM Enterprises, and whereas Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., in his memo dated October 5th, 2023, has provided proposed change order number 1 to the aforesaid contract to the Town Board for consideration and review. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of Town of Carmel Water District number 9, hereby authorizes Michael Cazzari to sign change order number 1 to the aforesaid contract, resulting in an overall contract price increase of $2,097.80. Said change order to be in the form of, to be in form as attached hereto and made part thereof. And be it further resolved that Town Controller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call?
Councilman Baranowski?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Schanil?
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. And if we remember, that was rotten wood. It took like 2 years with all the back and forth to get this going, and they found more damage to the structure. Resolution number 13, authorizing signing of change order number 5, townwide water tank and rehabilitation contract number C268. Councilwoman McDonough, could you read that?
Sure. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of the various Town of Carmel water districts, has previously awarded the contract for the above project to Aerold Construction, and whereas Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., has provided proposed change order number 5 to the aforesaid contract to the Town Board for consideration and review. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of the Town of Carmel Water Districts number 2, 3, 8, and 14, hereby authorize the Supervisor Michael Cazzari to sign change order number 5 to the aforementioned contract. Said change order to be in form as attached hereto and made a part hereof. And I offer this resolution as read.
Seconded.
Seconded by Baranowski. Can we get a roll call?
Councilman Baranowski?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Schanil?
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes, Resolution 13 passed. 14th resolution is authorizing purchase and installation of filter bag replacement, Carmel Water District Number 2. Councilman Baranowski, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, as Commissioners of Carmel Water District Number 2, and upon the recommendation of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., hereby authorizes the purchase of replacement filter bags for the Carmel Water District Number 2 water treatment plant from Treatment Specialties, Ramsey, New Jersey, at a cost not to exceed $17,035.52, and in accordance with the proposal dated September 27, 2023, and be it further resolved that Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal authorized herein, and be it further resolved that Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by McDonough and Schanil. Could we get a roll call again?
Councilman Baranowski?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Schanil?
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes, Resolution 14 passed. Our next resolution is authorizing purchase of submersible mixer pump unit, Carmel Water District Number 2. Councilman Lombardi, would you read that for us, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of Carmel Sewer District Number 2, and upon the recommendation of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., hereby authorize the purchase of a submersible mixer pump from Fleet Pump and Service Group, White Plains, New York, at a cost not to exceed $18,771 in accordance with the proposal dated September 21, 2023. And be it further resolved that the Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the said proposal and authorize the actions contained herein. And be further resolved that Town Controller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call, please.
Councilman Baranowski? Yes. Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Schanil?
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Resolution passed. Our final voting meeting resolution for tonight is authorizing the and awarding of bid Lake Mahopac Dam Rehabilitation C287. Councilman Schanil, could you read that?
Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel has previously authorized advertisement for solicitation of bids for the Lake Mahopac Dam Rehabilitation Project as required by the existing order on consent entered into with the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation as authorized May 13, 2020. And whereas such bids were received and opened, and Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., has recommended the awarding of the bids to Commercial Sweeping Services, Brewster, New York. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby awards the bids for the Lake Mahopac Dam Rehabilitation Project, Contract C-287, to Commercial Sweeping Services, Brewster, New York, at a cost not to exceed $192,850, and be it further resolved that upon presentation of performance and labor and material bonds, as well as insurance in form acceptable to Town Attorney, Supervisor Michael Cazzari is hereby authorized to sign all contract documentation necessary to effect this authorization. And be it further resolved that the Town Controller, Mary Ann Maxwell, is hereby authorized to make any necessary budget modifications and/or revisions necessary to effectuate this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call again?
Councilman Baranowski.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi. Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Schanil.
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari.
Yes. Thank you. Number 16 passed. This Saturday, we're having an e-waste drop-off. It's going to be right here by Town Hall in Mud Pond. So Saturday, the 21st, 9 a.m. to 12. There's a list of what items can be dropped off on our website, and it's open to only Town of Carmel residents. That's Hamilton, Carmel, Mahopac, Mahopac Falls. Harvest Fest is going to be on the 29th at Sycamore Park. That's going to be from noon to 3 p.m., 790 Long Pond Road. Music, food vendors, craft vendors, bouncy house, petting zoo, pumpkin painting, carnival rides, and much, much more. It's always a good time. And at that same time, starting at 1 p.m., not exactly the same time, the Halloween parade and party, also on the 29th, rain or shine, Hamilton Carmel Civic Association, in conjunction with the Carmel High School Interact Club. 1 p.m. it starts. There'll be a parade. It's in the Carmel High School parking lot over where the buses line up. And the parade begins at 1:15. It's free admission, prizes, and that is on, there's a link to that on our website and also the Civic Association's website. That's all the things I have. Anybody?
Yeah, I just want to mention that this weekend, I believe, is the last weekend for the farmers market down here in Swan Cove. And then also Sunday morning at 8 a.m., if you see witches on Lake Mahopac, there's just a bunch of witches that are going out on Lake Mahopac, you know, either kayaking or paddleboarding. So the Carmel Recreation is putting that together too. So that should be kind of cool. And if it's bad weather, they may postpone that for the following weekend. But yeah, so go out there on your paddleboard and then come on over to the last farmers market.
Witch's Paddle.
Witch's Paddle.
Witch's
Is that
Paddle.
what it's called? Witch's Paddle?
Yeah.
Witch's Paddle.
Let's
Yeah.
go, witches.
Yeah.
There's a video on
It's actually
the
really
Recreation's
cool.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
cool.
who did it, but it's really neat,
Yeah.
the video.
I
Yeah.
know who did it, but it's a really good video.
Yeah.
So can we get a motion to close the voting meeting?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
So Lombardi, Baranowski, seconded by Schanil. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you very much, Ann.
Thanks, Annie.
Thank you, Ann.
So a motion to open up the work session
So moved.
and a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. So the first item on the, well, first, I ask everybody to review the October 4th minutes that our town clerk, Ann Spofford, had emailed to us. And then the first item on our agenda for the work session is Richard Franzetti, P.E., Town Engineer. Consider request to authorize submission of semi-annual MS4 report.
Good evening, Board. How are you this evening?
Very good, thank
I'll
you.
be quick for a change. The town of Carmel is an MS4 community. We are required to develop and submit an annual report on June 1st and a semi-annual report on December 1st of any given year, per the New York State DEC Stormwater Pollution Prevention, Stormwater Discharge Elimination Permit for MS4s. What I've provided as an attachment is a draft semi-annual MS4 report. It will need to be signed by the operator owner, in this case is typically the supervisor, and then forwarded to the New York State DEC on December 1st. So if we get no comments, this doesn't have to be posted, so I just want to, this will be out on December 1st. I just want to get it going and moving forward, so,
Thank you, Rich.
thank you.
Thank you.
So we have two items to do in executive session, personnel and litigation. Can I get a motion to close the meeting?
So moved.
And a second?
And move into executive
And
session.
move it into executive session. I was trying to avoid Frank telling me that, but, all in favor?
And you were looking straight at me.
Aye.
Aye.
Have a good night, everyone.